Hello, Cancer. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a connection in the past, a romantic relationship in the past. This could also be something that's current. However, there is a lack of communication between the both of you. For others of you, this could be a situationship or someone that you've met, and you know there's a whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. The way I interpret these cards, even if it is the Goddess Oracle, my interpretation is very different. All right. Wow. We have here, at the very least, three challenging cards. One is very dark and dreary. Not a whole lot of truth in the connection. Some lying, hiding, putting up boundaries. So we have here, first card's the strongest, death and rebirth. After that, we have here mystery, followed by wild woman. After that, we have here illusions. Then we have sexuality, power, love, boundaries. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. All right, I had to pause that for a second. Some of you might notice I have a little bikini here on my sexuality card. And part of the reason here is because YouTube apparently flags it, anything that is exposed. So I am going to be, it sounds silly, but I'm going to be probably covering her up in the next many readings. It's just the way it is now. So we have here death and rebirth, mystery, wild woman, illusion, sexuality, power, love, followed by boundaries. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme we have here, energy. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Cancer, so much has happened between us in the past. The road was very rocky, and I wish I could have been a better person. I wish I could change things. My only hope is now to put to rest, to put to sleep all that happened before, and have a brand new beginning with you. I question the heavens. I question the stars. Why is it that you are in my life? Why now? Why not before? Why not long ago? Are we meant to be together? Are we supposed to be together? When I look at you, you seem somehow familiar to me. When I'm not there, when I'm not even with you, I sometimes feel that I can sense you. I can sense your presence. I can smell your scent. And in my dreams, everything seems so real. There is something special about you. Something that I have never experienced before. The things that I know now, I wish I knew then. A spiritual connection and a bond is what you and I have. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel as if maybe you and I have known each other from before. I can tell you everything, the world of problems, and I feel that you would never truly judge me. But I was not truthful to you. In this connection, there has been deceit, deception, suspicion, lies that I have spoken, paragraphs and pages of information that I could have shared, but I took out some sentences here and there. What you don't know won't hurt you, or will it? It appears that it has hurt you. I have cheated. I have lied. I have betrayed. I was not truthful and I was not honest. Instead, I thought I could get away with it and have this sneaky behavior. And now I hide from the truth. I feel embarrassed. Not shy, but just embarrassed. Knowing that what I did was wrong. Hiding behind a veil, hiding behind a false mask. Hiding because I feel that you are just that irresistible individual. You are very sexy, very gorgeous. I find it difficult to not be with you. When I think of you, I think of so many things. I feel so strongly about this connection. In a way, I feel addicted to you, the way you look, your body. And I do see that you have a lot of power over me. Sometimes I even obsess over you. But you don't know how much power you truly have over me. The way you make me vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable, and weak in the knees. Certain things you say you do, I would just follow you. And do I love you? Yes, I do. But how would you know that? After all the things that I have said and done, the way I have behaved, how could you truly know that I love you? Especially that I've put up boundaries. Especially because of the distance that exists between us. How could you possibly know that I love you? The love that I have for you, Cancer, it is true. It's sacred, it's pure. It is unconditional. And I do know that in this connection, boundaries do exist. These boundaries, everything that is around me, sometimes I have closed myself off. And to you, it may seem as if I was only in it for the lust, for the passion. Only now I realize how much love I truly have. But is it too late? Because now there are boundaries. A part of me wants to show you that I love you. And a part of me does not want to because I don't want to be that person who's vulnerable. Yes, I'm stubborn. And I do have some ego and some pride. Overall, I feel so grounded in this connection between you and I. You are that one person that makes me feel at home. I feel connected to you. And I know that you and I, no matter what happens, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, there is, and there always will be, a special bond between you and I. For now, I want to restart what we had. For now, I want a second chance. Because I truly feel that in this connection, we are connected emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And that, for me, is a winning combination. All right, Cancer. I do see here that there's some sadness, but the sadness is being held back. I'm just going to adjust this so that I can actually fix the alignment. The sadness that exists here, it's the realization that one has done a little too much. This person was not the type of individual you thought them to be, and now they realize what they did was wrong. They realize that the type of person they are, it's someone who is no longer truthful. They used to be, but things have changed. And because of that, your behavior towards them could have also changed. But they see that now. And so because of that, they don't really know what to do, how to move forward. When a connection is so sacred as this is a really strong spiritual connection you guys have here. You could be either soulmates, twin flames, karmic partners, maybe more. These are the top 3 that I've seen that are the most intense. Once people realize this, what happens is that it's very difficult to betray somebody. And so in order not to actually move forward with that betrayal, they start to keep their distance from you. I can see here, most likely for the majority of you, because this is a general love reading, not going to resonate for everybody. The majority of you, this person has actually put up some boundaries. They don't want to connect with you. The Cancer, don't think for 1 second it's because they don't love you. The issue here is that they love you a little too much. Yeah. A little too much to the point where it's very overwhelming, and they don't want to hurt you in any sort of way, so they'd rather just keep their distance from you. It's complicated. They do want to have a restart, however. All right. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. Let's have a look. And guys, very sorry for the late uploads. Sometimes what happens is, yes, I have the health-related issues, which is just the allergies that are starting up again now. That causes some respiratory issues. And then when I speak, I'm constantly pausing and then patching. And that is literally what takes so long. But also there's been some changes on YouTube. So that tech stuff is kind of a little difficult for me to navigate around. Before it was quite easy. I was fine with that. So sometimes there are these delays, and please just thank you so much for your patience and for your support. I do appreciate that, guys. We have 2 major arcanas here. So this is the Lover's Path Tarot, and I like to read these cards in the reverse. Also, for those of you who are new, I do like to read a little bit into the past. So in the past, what I look at is basically what happened in the past. Things were going great, but then all of a sudden something shifted. You may have noticed a difference in this person's behavior. You may be wondering, was it me? No, oftentimes it is not. So here, let's have a look. This person could have ghosted you. They could have faded over time. They could have abandoned you. Some of you may need that closure, and maybe they never gave you that closure. Hopefully this will provide you with a little bit of that clarity and knowing What was going on in this person's mind at the time? We have here balance. First card's the strongest. A lack of harmony, not really having a lot of self-control. Here, what was needed was a balance between the opposites. A union was needed between the conscious and the unconscious aspects of the psyche. There was an imbalance. In this connection, there was a feeling of discomfort. This person was unable to find, there was the inability to find peace within or with others. They also felt a lack of inspiration. So basically, you're dealing with somebody here that didn't have a lot of equilibrium. They didn't have a lot of self-control. On the inside, they didn't have a lot of peace and harmony. They couldn't find peace within themselves, let alone with others. Here, there was also a sense of discomfort. It does appear that there were certain things that they knew that they should be doing and that they perhaps should not be, but there was an imbalance and they just didn't want to really deal with it because it's something that they were not used to dealing with. We also have a very, very strong card here, tradition. Tradition here talks about the need to throw out old social structures that constrain. This is what this person wanted. They wanted to throw out the old and start with the new, but there was fear of unconventional ideas and the ways of how one approaches that. There was a sense of nonconformity. This person did not want to follow established social structures. In love relationships, there may have been a desire or maybe not a desire for marriage or some type of formal structure. They wanted some type of formal structure for the sake of security, but they didn't want it the way that you wanted it to be, perhaps. Here we have, there was an awareness of the public image and the desire to control it, possible rigidity. But what ended up happening is that they still wanted to be very much respected, their public image, but they also wanted to do it their way. This could be somebody that you thought may have wanted things in a very old-fashioned, traditional kind of way. But then when they got really close to you, their expectations, their desires may have changed. And it did not suit what you wanted. Their way of thinking may have been very different from yours. You may have wanted something very traditional. Perhaps they wanted something very open, right? We can still see people while we are seeing each other. That sort of thing. That's just an example. But I definitely see here this person going against the traditional norm. And that's something that they were comfortable with. Why? Because with the balance, there was that word discomfort, right? You were dealing with somebody, I can't speak today. You were dealing with somebody who, in fact, was not very balanced emotionally. And because of that, they were unable to be with you and give you the things that perhaps you wanted or the things that you needed. There was instability or they were unstable. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. So here I like to have a look at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have. Let's have a look. We have here the Seven of Wands and the Star. All right. We have here the Seven of Wands, the Star, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, as well as the King of Pentacles. The overall arching theme is the King. That's pretty cool. So we have a situation here, a little bit of ego, a little bit of stubbornness as well. Seven of Wands, your person of interest, they are feeling overwhelmed. Certain things are going on in their life that they may not have much control over, but they're trying to tackle what they can and to remove what they do not need. Here, there's a lot of struggle. There may even be some distrust here. There might be. We also have here the Star. Very opposite energies here we're dealing with. There's this happening on the side in their own life at their own time, but then they also have this part where they think about you and they realize how much they actually are inspired by you. Before, there was a lack of inspiration. Here, there is inspiration. They admire you. If you have a hobby or a job, or if you are working in a field where you may be famous, they do absolutely admire you. And here we have a hope and a realization that someday, some way we will meet again. So with this card, I like to see these jugs. They actually have water coming out. One here is turning into a pond. And here we have some streams. Now, what's interesting, eventually down the road, these streams will meet with that pond. And that's the situation here. This person has this internal wish, this dream, this hope, this desire that someday, some way we will meet again. You never know where the road may take you. Now, or many years from now. We have here also Ace of Cups. Yes, I do see here. These are any actions, any plans, any intentions. They do have the intention and the plan here, making an offer. This is an action card here. So this person does want to, in a way, apologize as well, say sorry. But they want to have a better balance moving forward. Now, they are bringing you a cup of love. They are going to offer you this love. But what I also see is that this overflowing feeling, not only of love, but wanting to forgive and forget and let's just move on. There is an issue here. We have here also the Four of Pentacles. This person does desire you greatly, but they're also holding on to certain beliefs. Aha. You did have the Traditions card. Yes. They're holding on to certain traditions, to certain beliefs that are that feel very much, it's strong to them. It might not mean anything to you, but it feels something for them. And this is the problem here. I'm getting the word tradition. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye now. So it does seem that they are they're a people pleaser. They want to make other people happy. And for that reason, they want to have their cake and eat it too. They are holding on to you very closely. They don't want to let you go, but also they're holding on to their beliefs. This may be a problem. Even if they're giving you that love. And sometimes that's when people say love just isn't enough. Sure, the person may love you, but what do you do if they want you to just turn into what they want you to turn into? There's no identity of who you are, right? You're bending over backwards. The overall arching theme here, beautiful card. We do have here a lot of promise. This is the King. Very rare to get this, in fact. This person's approaching you like a king. They want to provide and give to you. They want to invest with you, have stability. I'm seeing the word stability in my mind's eye. So I am seeing that here. There's a lot of stability and a lot of desire to make things more stable. That's what it just comes down to. Let's settle down. Let's be together. They are sweet cards, guys. They are nice cards, actually. But the problem I'm seeing here is that for some of you, this person may be very dominating in a way to the point where it gets annoying. They may just want things their way, if it's, their way or the highway type thing. So, yeah, there may be love, but are you willing to adjust? And if you are willing to adjust, how much? 50-50 adjustment is always good. 60-40 is acceptable. 30-70 is not. Okay, so if you literally have to bend over backwards to the point where it's only you changing There's no use. That's just this person molding you into what they want you to be. Let's not do that. They should love you for who you are, for all your quirks, all your faults, all the good things, all the bad things. They should love you for who you are. You shouldn't have to change that, because that means that's not the right person. Yeah. We can change to a certain degree. Adjusting is always needed. But when it comes to the point where we are truly just acting, is it really worth it? No, it's not. You may act for a while, but eventually you'll get tired of that. And then the true little beast comes out. It's like, nope, I've been acting this entire time. I don't like it when you do this. And suddenly that individual is like, what the hell just happened to you? You're not the same person you were back then, quote, unquote, right? That's what people say. You're not the same person that you were back then. Why? Because some people actually just act the entire time because they are afraid of losing someone. It's up to you. Is there love here? Yes, there is. Does this person want you to adjust to them? Yes, they do. Is their mindset going to change? I don't see it changing anytime soon, guys. All right. I have here Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right, first card, the strongest we have here. Get more information. Followed by, yes, with an exclamation mark. Yes, there's no need to worry. Why? They want you to look for a sign. And don't go out looking for signs. They will come to you. We also have here abundance. Who are you? No. No to what? No to what? No. Abundance, no. If you believe. Remain positive. Okay. A lot of negativity is happening in the mind here. Some of you have just been so negative because of the experiences and the circumstances that you've gone through. Your mindset has changed. And it's very discouraging for you, and that is why you are in that state of mind. The angels here are saying, basically, it's important for you not to be like that. It's important for you to be more positive. And that's, of course, easier said than done, right? We have here, first card, the strongest, get more information. So the reason why this card comes up, in any reading, it usually shows me that there are certain things that are lacking in this connection in terms of knowledge. So something in this relationship or the situationship, whatever type of ship you're in, something here is missing in terms of information. It could be that you don't know what this person's really gone through or what their agenda was, or maybe get more information on how to communicate better. But it's related to this connection. And there is a lack of information that exists. At some point in time, you may need to do some research. You may need to go out and talk to some friends, because somehow, from a sign, you will understand certain things that you did not think of before, or that you did not realize before. We also have here, yes, there's no need to worry about the situation. Signs, synchronicities, messages. This will all mean something to you, but only to you. This could be while you're driving, you see a billboard and the poster only makes sense to you. There's a specific sentence in there that might mean something to you. You may be driving or you hear something on the radio and those words are like a message. You may even hear something in your mind. So there's certain ways that messages do come through, even through people. Somebody might just give you some advice. And that is the information that you may need. Here, eventually, I do see, it's a beautiful card, abundance. So there will be abundance coming to you. Yes. However, they're saying no, If you believe, then it will happen. But the abundance will not come to you if you remain negative. Positive attracts positive, negative attracts negative. Here we have remain positive. So with this card, it does talk about looking at the world with rose-tinted glasses. Let's not ignore the rest of the world, right? But there are certain things that you can be grateful for. There's so many things. Things that we may take for granted, in fact. But remain positive regarding this connection that you have with this person. And hopefully once you get more of that information, things will start to fall into place. It'll all start to make more sense. The overall arching theme, beautiful. You have here success with an exclamation mark. So it seems that over time, certain things are going to come to you in terms of information. Your heart and your mind is going to become a bit more wiser, more mature, and you will know how to handle this situation when the time comes. Abundance is going to be given to you, but you do need to remain positive. And sometimes you can do that also by staying around positive people or staying in positive environments, right? If something's too harsh, if somebody is too rude, and it's an everyday occurrence, you may need to somehow create a better balance by keeping that person at a distance, right? And it's hard. Sometimes we're living with individuals that are very negative and you don't have much of a choice. When that's the case, you try to distract yourself by doing something, for example, art, expressing yourself in some sort of way where you're just fully immersed. Expression is beautiful. If you could do that, you'll probably release some of that energy too. Cancer, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. Also, for those of you who are looking for love readings, I do have the love reading open right now, and that is on my website, www.asnointia.com. You can go to the rates and packages section, and there you will see the ones that I have available right now. So the love reading, that is one of the ones that I have. It's called Express Love Reading. That's an audio plus a PDF. So you get two things, and it's a lot of detailed information. I also have one on past life and spiritual connections. Now, for some of you in this connection, you feel that it's overwhelming. It's a little too much. Now, with that feeling, if you feel like you can't let go, even you cross-watcher, if you feel like this is turning into an obsession, right? Very intense sensual connection, then most likely this is a spiritual connection. And I'd recommend that you have a look at the past life package. Please do read it. Read the description before you place an order. You'll know exactly what to expect then. But also to give you a heads up, not all of the readings are in the past. There are some anomalies where I've had these readings and they are actually set in the future at some point in time. Meaning many hundred years from now. That's the type of reading. So just want to let you know, it's very rare. I would just say 4%. There are anomalies for me, but I just want to let you guys know because sometimes people do expect specifically something from the past. Now, I also have another one that I have on my website, and that is called the Chakra Checkup Package. That's a different package I have to help you have more harmony and peace in your home, around your aura, and inside of your body, which is your chakra centers. So I do have the ability of having a look at negative energies that are in your home, around your aura, and inside of your body. And I teach you what these are and how to get rid of them. And then once they're gone, everything's good. You will notice a difference. A lot of people do. And this is something that I've created over many years that I've experienced things myself. And trial and error, hit or miss. And then finally I was able to come up with this and it works. So I just want to share that with you guys, and please have a look because everybody has a different situation. That particular reading that I have, it's a private reading you receive with it. So I give you all the details, and it's a very simple method to how to, cleanse your place and get rid of these things. For some of you, you might just want to also have a look at the self-help guides that I have. I do have some packages on that as well. For those of you that are wanting to know a little bit more about past life and spiritual connections, I do have some videos on my other channel on YouTube. For those of you who are new, I do have another channel. The link is below, as well as for the website, guys. The link is below. So the YouTube channel is called Asnointia Audio. I have some videos there on past life and spiritual connections. You can see some on twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners. And also I have some on relationship related advice. Now, one of them I also have on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove such things from your life. I'd recommend for the majority of you to have a look at specifically two, sure, feel free to have a look at the rest. One of them is called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections. Okay? That's very applicable to you guys in this reading. Another video I have there on Asnointia Audio, that is Past Life and Spiritual Connections. Very straightforward. So I explained to you what this is and why you also feel intense. And you're going to see that there's a lot of people that feel the same. There's a particular process to it. And that's it. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for your patience and for your support. I really do appreciate it. I will see you all again. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Take care. Stay safe. Bye now.